Yes, Granny. Well, dear, I noticed that some of the relatives are trying to encourage, their mother or father to go to the activities to get them engaged and learn and so on. But really, it doesn't work unless the resident themselves is inspired to do it. Oh, yes, you've got to have the will and the wish to learn for yourself, don't you? I mean, it can't come from an outside influence, really. I mean, it can to a certain extent, but fundamentally, most of it has to come from within yourself. That's right. And I think here at the unit, there's just 8 of us, the regulars, that go of a morning. Oh, yes, I think 8 or 10. Yes. And anyway, that's about as much space as, the area will allow, because we're in these big sort of comfy, cozy, but bulky armchairs. And when you put that around, all of them around the whiteboard, you can maybe put in 10 at a squash, but 8 more comfortably. So what about the rest of the residents? Do they join in or get involved? Well, that's interesting you'd say that, because what I've started to notice is that when the topics are especially interesting, like, of course, the Crown on the television, everyone loves that with, Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip and all the rest of it. So the second row starts to fill up then, and people start to squash themselves in. Oh, that's good. At least there's involvement and engagement in that way. Yes, and also the David Attenborough programs. We all love those, everyone, men and women. And it's good because often it's quite difficult to get activities that the men enjoy, but they love David Attenborough because of all the adventure and the outside and Africa and wild animals. And it's so beautifully done with the photography and colour. And because we're so, congested and cramped and sort of withdrawn in here, it's so nice to be able to experience the outside world, to have the outside world come into our own personal lounge with all those glorious animals and nature and everything. It really lifts the atmosphere, and 1-2 hours of that and we're enthralled, we're totally there, all the worries gone, and it's a great experience. Yeah, they're fabulous programs, aren't they? The David Attenborough, he just goes on and on in his 90s now, and still I think he's producing or taking part, as far as I know. I hope he hasn't, I haven't checked up on that, but hopefully that's the case. Yes, well, he's a marvellous, very, David Attenborough and Queen Elizabeth sadly passed. They are our 2 icons for our generation. We're so fortunate to have had them in every way, and that we can enjoy them on the television with each other, all of us together. It just creates such a good spirit of learning and camaraderie and community, and brings back our history and makes it alive for us.